this email in from a listener, Derek, who writes about Ban Ki-moon's speech at the UN on September 28th. What is Planet 5250? I listened to it, but maybe I just heard wrong. And once again, he's referring to this speech at the UN General Assembly, the general debate, the opening of the 70th session on September 28th, 2015, at which Ban Ki-moon made some interesting comments, including this one.
We must do much more, both managerially and politically. We can draw strength from the empowerment of women, but we still need to step it up for gender equality on the way to Planet 5250.
Planet 5250. What on earth is he saying here? Well, if I actually do know the answer to this, but I thought it would be instructive to go over the process by which I would look something like this up for all of you so that you can see what the research process here looks like. And literally, it takes about 1 or 2 minutes of searching. It's not a difficult thing. So, this is an official UN speech at the UN General Assembly. It's posted by the United Nations. It's part of the opening session of the general debate. I can pretty much guarantee you, without even knowing, although I do know, but without even knowing, I could guarantee you that the transcript of this is available somewhere on the web. So there's a couple of ways to search this. Here's one method that you can use. First of all, you have this information, Ban Ki-moon, UN Secretary General, General Debate, 70th Session. Just copy that, paste it into your search bar. Hopefully, if you're using Firefox, you have the startpage.com search bar set up. But anyway, okay, so we have, for example, Web TV here, Ban Ki-moon, UN Secretary General, and it takes a moment for this to load because the UN website seems to be a little bit slow. But anyway, it'll bring this up, and so obviously this is the video. We're looking for a transcript so we can figure out what on earth he was saying. Well, here's a link to the General Debate website, which probably is going to contain the transcript. Let's take a look. If you use no script, make sure you allow script so you can use their silly search engine here. All right. General debate, 28th of September was the date of the opening, so that's the date of the opening speech by Mr. Ban Ki-moon. There it is. Click on that. Okay, there we go. And then you just Control F, Planet 50. Helps if you put in the right number. We'll just search for Planet. Oh, this isn't the transcript. Haha, silly me. That's just the summary. Here's the transcript. There we go. Planet 50. -50. Oh, I see. 50-50. 50-50. Planet 50-50. Well, what on earth is that? Okay, again, copy. Paste that into the search bar. Planet 50-50. Oh, unwomen.org. Media advisory. Planet 50-50. About UN Women. Beijing +20. Step it up. Press release. There's a lot of UN-related stuff here. Planet 50-50 by 2030, step it up for gender equality, asks governments to make national commitments to address the challenges that are holding women and girls back from reaching their full potential, blah, blah, blah. Mealy-mouthed UN political propaganda. Gender equality. Is that equality of opportunity or equality of outcome? And if the latter, how do you go about enforcing that through the UN? Some interesting questions that are conveniently omitted from this type of mealy-mouthed political rhetoric, behind which, of course, is a political agenda, and you can get some idea of that, for example, from our last New World Next Week, where we talked about Agenda 2030 and the globalist goals, or my recent appearance on Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, where we talked about the UN and what it's doing. But anyway, there you go. There's how I would go about starting the research into finding out what he is saying there, what he's talking about. Again, it only takes a minute or two of searching. Another way you can do this is, for example, if you have the speech, look for just a certain memorable phrase, for example.
Also, we know we must do much more, both managerially and politically. We can draw strength from the empowerment of women.
If you hear a phrase like that, just type it in quotation marks. We can draw strength from the empowerment of women. Just type that in quotation marks into your search bar. And there it is. Again, this is another post of the transcript. And there, if you search it, there it is. We can draw strength from the empowerment of women, but we still need to step it up for gender equality on the way to Planet 50-50. So if you ever have a question like that, that's the way you can go about trying to see if there's an actual transcript of that or some more ways to find more information. Again, it's a very simple process. If you already know about how to do this, awesome, great. Share this with someone who doesn't. And if you're learning it for the first time, just keep this in mind for when you encounter